Hello. Hi, everybody. I don't know how loud that clap was. Sorry for those that were shocked by that. Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to It's a Long Story. A place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create freaking magic. We are here with most of the crew of New Moon. Jack will be joining us in a little bit. The beautiful, the wonderful, the amazing New Moon. Everybody take a look at your camera, wave, and say hi.
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 Hello.
Welcome. Yeah. Hi. Before we jump into tonight's session, first off, for those that have no idea what this is, hi, we are a D&D live stream that runs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, having 5 parties living, existing, and breathing in the same homebrew world, the wonderful, beautiful world of Estera. It is full chaos over here, folks. You guys can tell I've been listening to a lot of Dimension 20. I just said folks. My bad. Friends. He probably says friends too. Whatever. Yeah. A lot of prep stuff, a lot of painting stuff. So I've been in the middle of it this week. But talking about being in the middle of it this week, some announcements. This week, it is posted. It is ready to go now. Daggerheart is coming. I almost said it's here. It's not here. It's coming though. For anybody who for those that don't know, check out Critical Role. Check out Daggerheart. I don't know where you've been, but it's the new hotness that'll be coming out later this month on the 20th, and I have the awesome and beautiful honor to be able to have the rulebook a little bit early. And I would like to share it with players. Hannah just asked, "Is that new art?" No, technically that is Mid-Journey. I'll just be honest. The art that they did have sent for this was, so I liked this better. I wanted to show off some of the new kind of species. So there's a ribbit. There's a ribbit right here. So yeah, super excited. So for those who are interested in playing, we are going to be starting our, we're going to kind of call it a 3-shot. It most likely might be kind of come into a drop-in, drop-out sort of style thing. So that's definitely a possibility. Definitely open to that being a factor. I don't know what Kay is doing. Kay is all over the place. But yeah, so if you were interested in playing, first game is the 24th. So it'll be this, not this Saturday, but next Saturday will be the first game for that. So super excited to be able to get that set up. We are going to be running that most likely on Demiplane. Your boy really needs to get the email from the Demiplane people to get that ball rolling. But I assume that'll be how we handle it. Gosh, that'll be a lot easier. But yeah. Yeah, if you are interested in wanting to join and sign up for that, here's where you go. So startplaying.game/GM/It's a Long Story. You'll be able to see not only that, but also the opening that we have for our Tuesday campaign. This one right here. For our 6th player. We did. Nathan did have to jump out of the campaign, unfortunately, just due to work related stuff. So we wish him all the best, and we need a new 6th person. So that could be you. So if you're interested in joining in on that, it's the same link. How about that? Right there. Startplaying.game/GM/It's a Long Story. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, it should be also in the video description below. I should really get that link in on Twitch for people who are still on Twitch. So I'll make sure I do that. So yeah, super cool stuff coming down the pipeline. Very exciting. If you are interested and you're not entirely sure, you have questions, also feel free to just message me from that link there. You can get in touch with me, and I'll try and direct you and see if it's a good fit. So yeah, please check that out. Also, just a little thing I want to just kind of put out there as a big thank you. It seems small in the or it may seem small in the the universe of YouTube and all that, but we hit officially 300 subscribers on YouTube, so very exciting. Yes, to all of you as well. So I made some silly false promises on what would happen when we got to that 300 mark, which included me trying to do a backflip or something like that. There's no way in hell I'm doing that. No one wants to see that. I'm 33 years old and have the body of a 50-year-old. So
I kind of want to see it.
Yeah, I know you want to see it, Matt.
Seconded. I kind of want to see it.
Yeah.
You guys just want me to hurt.
It's gonna wind up just being a picture of Joe like cut out and then just like animated flip.
Just
like,
the.
I have a new social media post idea, guys.
Listen, your boy is living that sedentary lifestyle. It's my job to sit in this chair. Okay, so the most athletic thing I do is jump on a one wheel, and that's just standing. That's it. So yeah, but in all seriousness, thank you all so much. It's very heartwarming to kind of have us reach that number. We were kind of teetering for like 6 months on it, but it's very nice. It's very cool. So it's not, it's beautiful knowing that we got to that number realistically without doing any sort of shenaniganery. So thank you. And also thank you to all the players who helped get us there from your amazing RP. You guys are awesome. This is for you. So yeah, that's it. So along that, if you're wanting to support the channel, guess what? That's how you do it. You can hit like and subscribe where you're watching this, whether that is on YouTube or Twitch. You can also check out our Instagram and TikTok down below, right down there at It's a Long Story _TTRPG, where you can see, some good shit. That's it. It's all there. Check it out. And then also feel free to like and follow on there as well. Also, this is a live stream, so you can always feel free to say hi. I will try to wave and say something back, unless it's kind of getting in the way of RP, or at least try to message. I'll do something. Not a backflip though. Not doing it. Sorry, Chelsea. Just not gonna do it. Yeah. Cool. That is it for announcements. Who is doing our recap? I forgot to ask. Awesome.
I do believe it's me.
Beautiful.
Awesome. I'm gonna do my best because I just remembered I had recap 3 minutes ago. So let's go for this.
Beautiful. I love it. Before we jump into tonight's session, you get a recap of where we left off with New Moon. So Matthew Titian, take it away.
So we were on a train. Oh, sorry, that's the last one. The other campaign. No, we picked up with the group, starting with Jet confronting Ada, them going into combat, and Jet just getting really knocked almost senselessly by Ada, doing some very strong attacks with probably empowered by Codex. As Grian and Tishin are walking away with Barb to try to find a tree to just get drunk under, Jet flips on his walkie-talkie and lets the party know what is going on with him. So in that moment, Grian, Tishin, and Ianthe, who was going on a date with Iskar, flying through the sky, all had their moments interrupted to go save him. So Jet and Grian and Tishin run back to go confront Ada and try to save their friend. Takes a round, I believe, for us to really get there. In that time, Ada does down Jet by using a mixture of the enhanced invisibility and just their doggone rogue type skills. So just killing them one after the other in the midst of that powerful orb station that's being overseen by the lightning genasi guy, who I don't remember his name, Joe. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Uruketh.
Uruketh. Seeing the situation, Titian and having Uruketh kind of throw lightning down on us, threatening us that if we do not leave, he will attack because his job is to protect that power source. Titian heals Jet. We get him up, and then we make a tactical retreat away from Ada, utilizing the key that Grian has to put us in the room that was prepared for us by Iskar. Meanwhile, Iskar, right before then, was having a really romantic evening with Ianthe, showing her the Watchers, showing her the moon, scaring the hell out of her with heights. They then divert their whole evening and then come back to us in the room to sort of talk with us and game plan strategize. Adim is still within his father's kingdom, talking to, I believe, his sister, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't remember her name either. That's just a fault of mine. But
Zareen.
Zareen sort of talking through and getting a better understanding of his father, of this situation, of kind of his family in some ways. As that progresses, he is then moistily teleported to us as well through a water vortex. I believe it is.
That.
Joe, it's your world, and I'm just existing in it, and that's exactly what happened.
Moistily teleported.
It was definitely not dry teleportation.
I don't like that.
That's all I'm gonna say. I don't. 300 subscribers, y'all. Hit that click and subscribe.
You know what? If that's what it is, if that's what I'm gonna give to you, yeah, that's fine. Cool. You got it.
But after that, the party really is coming together with the idea of what do we do next. Ada and Codex are on the loose in the city of Zajar. The town's guard have been alerted, but we don't know what they've done to sort of address the situation. We don't know how we're going to address the situation just yet. We've all laid down for a long rest, with Adim taking place in Jet's room to sort of stand guard over him over the night. Barb's there as well. The session sort of ends with a note being discovered on Jet's bed, where heartwarmingly he has left the party to go gather forces and to help his friends on the outside, by leaving this moment but promising support in the long run later on. And New Moon is yet again one player short. That's what I remember about last session.
Yeah, beautiful. I think there was a little bit, and forgive me if this was mentioned, but there's a little bit more of conversation between Codex and Ada. That later that evening, that I would say was relatively uneventful. Besides the idea of recognizing that Ada is still has the ability to be Ada. Anything else to add, friends? Thank you so much, Matt. Please take that point of inspiration.
I think Iskar and Ianthe did go to the Guardian of the Fisher Heart, who is spamming attacks, and I think she alerted essentially the powers that be to be on alert.
Yep. Yeah, tried to reason with Uruketh, and then failed spectacularly. Horrible rolls on my part. So as you guys will, as we start the session, the assumption is that those that need to be in the know are in the know on the situation following Ada. Cool. Yeah. Anything else? Oh, and Ianthe and Iskar were in a closed room alone in the evening. So, and we faded to black.
They were just playing chess the whole
and they
time.
played chess the whole night.
The whole night.
Beautiful.
Twister, chest,
Oh, it's good.
Checking your mate. It's all fine. Hand on blue.
Good to see you back,
You
Brandon.
can go.
I'm tired.
You can. The door is like right behind you. You can go.
First of all, this is a bathroom.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. There's only
I
four
said
of
it
you
was
right
a
now.
door. I didn't say where it went.
Back to
and,
the closet with you.
and we may lose Kay at any moment too. So please
You don't want
stay.
to just play it with Matt and Chelsea? Are you sure?
Yes. Not just, but yeah. You guys want to play some D&D?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I do.
All right. Cool. Well, with that rambunctious and excited response.
We're clearly
Yeah.
very excited.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's do it.
ready to teleport into the scene, Joe, just any way I can.
Everybody roll initiative. Just kidding. Cool. All right. Actually, I am going to say, I'd say there is a smaller amount of us that are here. So I'm going to say, instead of having to worry about the idea of who wakes up first, I'm going to just kind of leave it open. I do think it makes sense for Titian or Grian to kind of jump into the scene first, but we focus in on this strange sort of setup of what looks to be clay walls that are that have this kind of almost thick sort of plaster, the kind that you would see in Hossa Mall and Dare's Wharf, but on the inside. The floor itself is a hard stone, kind of like a slate. And we start to zoom in on the very large rooms with the small hallway that is separating you two. Whose room do we come to first?
So are we, I want to just establish it because this will play an impact, Joe. Are we waking up to do watches, or are we waking up just the next day after a long rest?
I'd say next day after long rest. I did not assume
Okay.
you guys were doing watches.
Great. Just wanted to make sure. I will. I don't mind to wake up. I can wake up.
Titian, as you wake up, you I think as we mentioned last session, kind of recognizing your feet hanging slightly over the bed. There was a point in time where you had to wake up in the middle of the night because Jet had just left. So it's possible in your second falling asleep here, maybe you prepared yourself a little bit more for sleeping. But yeah, what do we see as Titian wakes up?
I think we see Titian wake up, roll over, and I think there's just this rubble of his belly, and he's just super fucking hungry right now. So I think he's gonna wake up and start searching the place. I want to search the place for some food, some snacks, to see if there's nourishment there.
Okay.
And I want to start getting that ready.
Okay. You find, besides what you would have on you, you see no food at all.
Perfect. All right. Well, then that requires me to wake up my angel friend, Grian, to try to get some food.
I don't remember. Is the apartment windowless?
It is, actually. You see there is a strange sort of... actually, I would say this, going to the area that would be deemed most likely to be the kitchen, but it's hard to tell because they all seem to be just large bedrooms. there is a what kind of looks like a painting, but a very realistic sort of style painting. Actually, I will say like very like forgive the pun, but very like AI art style realistic of the scene that you would see if there was a window here. But it is very clearly not a window.
I'm imagining it like Olive Garden, where they have those scenes, like those badly painted walls of like villas and stuff.
Yes. Yep. It's very much that.
When you're here, your family. When you're in
Yeah.
Zajar, your family.
Yeah. I will remind you all, this is very unfinished. Though that part probably won't change. So
I'm just gonna go and knock on, like, hey, Gran.
Yeah.
Gran.
Yeah.
Gran. There's no food here whatsoever. We need to go get some food or something.
Oh, fuck. And I think he'll hear like clamoring behind the door as I kind of put my shit together. Open it. Alright, yeah, do they even eat here? Like, is food a thing? Like,
Maybe there's a genasi of like potatoes or something. A potato genasi, or like just
let me get a mid journey
eggs.
real quick.
I don't know what the rules are here. They have to eat something at least.
Iskar might know. Where's she stay? Like, she's here, right? Or did she go home?
Yeah. I think she stayed the night in Ianthe's room last night.
Oh, okay. That means we have to.
I just
Wake up.
imagine Grian dealing with Titian's like 5th grade level like oh, okay, yeah, cool. That's like
My bigger concern is waking Ianthe up at whoever
Yeah,
what
no, I'm
time
not.
it is, because there's no windows here.
Yeah.
I don't think this is. I would not. Yeah, would not.
Yeah. Let's. I think they took an elevator here. Let's do that, and we'll just leave them alone.
Leave them. We can bring them some food back, right? Like, they'll enjoy that.
Yeah, or whatever Iskar eats.
Yeah.
okay.
And as I walk past the door, which is like, which might just be Ianthe, and just go like.
there he is.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say roll me the equivalent of a tech check between you both to be able to figure out how the elevator works. So we'll say this is an investigation check.
Investigation.
Hey.
What is your investigation, Brandon?
Well, it's going to be a 19 plus whatever, a 1, so a dirty 20.
All right. I was going to give you advantage because of a +0. I'm just in case. Nope, I did not beat it.
What did you get?
I got a 5.
Okay. Grian, you seen the sort of like controls to sort of press and like handle this thing. Titian, you've also seen it, and you're pretty sure it kind of works in a way of like, I would say it's most likely like it's more like what's the word? Not metaphorical, but like it's like more like you got to like think about where you want to go and then just hit one of them. It doesn't matter. I think that's what Titian is visualizing as Grian is staring at the amalgamation of switches in front of you.
I think it's like you know how you do sending, but like you gotta think of the person really hard when you do it. I think it's like that, except you gotta think really hard about where you want to go.
It might be, just think bottom floor. And I think while Tishin has his eyes closed, Green's gonna kind of just be like, okay, she did this and this.
Yep.
It's gonna be a life or death situation for Tishin to use this elevator at some point, and he's not gonna have a clue how.
I love that. Yeah, it's great. You follow that sort of sequence, whatever it is, and I would say it's relatively simple. But Tishian had his eyes closed the whole time. Yeah, and you start to go down. Cool. As you guys reach the bottom floor, I'm gonna roll something here on my side.
Guess it was our turn.
Okay, cool. Yeah, as you reach the bottom floor, I would say give me a perception check.
Are all these rolls when I need them? God, it's 22.
Yeah, I got it.
Good later.
I got a 14.
Okay. I will say with a 14, Tishin, there's a lot of like at this point in the day, which I would say is probably close to about maybe like you guys are kind of woken up in the middle of the night. It was a long sort of like I would say this is probably around 8 a.m. So you notice that there is a significant amount of traffic of figures coming in here, and there's they're all different sort of like bright colors and made out of different sort of substances, these elementary sort of thing. So you're seeing a lot of figures that are coming in, and Tishin, I would say you notice that a lot of them are I would say actually, Tishin, go ahead and roll me an insight check with that 14.
Okay, insight.
Yeah.
19.
19. Okay, cool. You're noticing that when you came in, there was a lot of like the first time you got here in Zajar, there was a lot of like nods and like versions of like similar sort of like smiles. Like they're like things that seemed to be like excited that you were here, and you see you see less.
See less smiles.
You see less smiles.
Okay.
You see more of like looks of concern.
Okay.
I would say not. You don't see any like angry looks, but you see like some looks that are like, oh, you might have just been being talked about.
All right. I don't want to jump on Grant because I know Brendan just rolled a perception check.
So Grant, I would say you see essentially the same thing with that 19, but the other thing that you do notice is that there is a figure that is pushing kind of through the crowd relatively pretty easily. This Genasi with this like sort of like shifting kind of what looks to be like almost like kind of like flaky sort of golden dust, but you recognize it as sand, and you remember the what we would call essentially like the receptionist for Nazir, Saruk.
Saruk,
okay. Saruk definitely sees you both.
Yeah.
But does not look to be approaching. So like if you want to just zoom past, you can.
Looks like they're not welcoming us as fondly on day 2 right now.
I mean, to be fair, they haven't probably seen anything close to a fight like that, especially from the out. Like they, I mean, and we also are new here, and on day 1, we've already started fighting. So I can't imagine they're too happy or worried.
Yeah. Do you think they think we're cowards because we ran away? Maybe.
I think that they might think that us coming here knew that they would change the situation, but they didn't know how, and now they know, and it's in their face a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, we were their like heroes a second ago, and now we're kind of just some dudes, it seems like. So maybe we just, I don't know, keep our head down, or
Yeah, I mean, we probably shouldn't try to make too many more waves. But that one guy, the receptionist for Nazir, what's his name? Saruk?
Saruk.
No,
yeah,
is,
yeah, Saruk, yeah.
yeah, he's that way. I mean, he's going that way, so maybe we can catch up to him. He might know where there's some food. Maybe give us a little bit of insight on what everyone's deal is.
No, that's a good idea. I think let's just give us more information on what's going on here, because also, who knows what the response has been to Ada or Codex in this moment.
Yeah, and they might know too if they've heard anything, or if they've seen her.
Grian, roll me let's say a history check.
God damn it! It's a 19, wasting all the good rolls.
I'm sorry. I can say that fails if you want.
No, it's
Make you feel better.
fine. I'm just gonna roll a 1 later. It's fine.
Cool. Yeah. So I think Grian, there's a level of concern and confusion on the idea of the morale of the people here, right? And also there's been some other things that have happened that I imagine may have been at least inferenced by others around there. Obviously, Titian didn't tell you about his private conversation with Nazir or anything like that, but you kind of came in, I believe, on the back half, so maybe you saw that they interacted. There's a lot of questions that along with the idea there are some here that might not even be able to speak the language, that is just kind of leaving sort of a standstill on what to do and how to figure this out. And as you're thinking about the idea of who could we possibly trust here to be able to kind of give us a wrapped up answer that makes a little more sense, you think of Cerilius.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's definitely a person of interest that we can definitely hit up for sure.
Oh, you mean we can hit up Saruk or
maybe we'll hit up Saruk for intel on Ada, and then we could find Cerilius and see where he gets his food, because he's alive.
But yeah, he's the kind of the only other non-Genasi here, isn't he? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I bet he has something. I mean,
either a garden, or maybe he knows someone who does.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, let's go. Let's follow that down the pathway a little bit and see what we can come up with. Do you want me to get a hold of Saruk? You want me to get a hold of Saruk real quick, or are we going straight to Cerilius? Or
I would say Saruk is past you at this point. If you guys had a whole conversation,
so we're going straight to Cerilius. Okay.
Cool. I mean, above board, there's kind of a level of okay, it's time to go into work, sort of thing that you're seeing, people coming,
Yeah.
I mean, we could catch Saruk first. So we'll kind of head towards him, and
so you want to go back up the elevator?
Oh, he was going into the building.
Yeah, they're going into work.
Okay, I thought. Okay.
Yeah, you guys are still in the building. You basically, when you see these other elementals sort of flooding in, and you saw Saruk among them, and I'd say you guys kind of probably caught eyes, but yeah, and I'd say for point of reference, it's not going to be a big deal at all. But Saruk is fairly androgynous sort of looking, so it's sort of difficult to be able to kind of determine whether or not there would be any sort of pronoun wrapped around them. Which, to be honest with you, a lot of these elementals are hard to kind of gauge in that way.
Yeah, let's not bother. I mean, these guys are just kind of going about their daily work. Let's go check on Cerilius and just see if he can, or we can get some food.
Yeah, you're right. They're probably already headed up their office space.
Hmm. We don't want to get anyone fired from Genasi Industries.
Yeah, you're right. Next thing we want to do is not fuck up someone's job. Do you remember how to get to Cerilius from here?
Sure. I bet you I can find a way.
Okay. Do you want to walk or do you want to take Barb? Or I mean, I guess if we walk, we won't be as there
Let's
won't be a whole lot
walk.
more attention. Yeah.
Yeah,
In
I think
case-
we left Barb in the room. I didn't want to wake anyone else up. It's just quieter if we go together. So I think better to just let's walk it. We got some time. We can sit.
Yeah.
By the way, do you still have my ring ascending that you have, or can I get that back?
I think I gave it to you yesterday.
Oh, you did. Okay, sorry. I was just kind of a long day yesterday. So
Yeah, a little bit.
yeah. So
All right. Well, if you lead the way, I'll follow you.
sure. Yeah, I got you. So what kind of breakfast sandwich do you hope Cerilius has? I'm just like,
Beautiful. Give me a survival check. It is a little strange moving around here, but I'd say it's a relatively low DC.
15.
Okay. I thought Grian was following Titian,
okay.
but I love that 15 just in case.
He's going to need it because I rolled a 7.
Okay, I honestly, I would say the DC's 5 here. You guys have kind of
Okay.
made your way through it. So there's a certain point where you see Titian maybe kind of taking a moment and pausing and kind of wondering left or right. I think you just kind of come over to his right side there and just kind of kind of following that same sort of idea of let Titian lead sort of thing.
It's like the landmark thing where don't know how to get to the landmark, but once you see the landmark, you're like, oh, make a left. Then...
Yes. Yep. 100%. And as you pass the fissure heart, you see it is morning, so it is therefore completely changed. It is this bright sort of white, almost kind of looks like a snowy sort of glacial texture. I would actually. You guys don't need to pass through the middle of it or anything like that. You guys honestly could be as far away from this as you want to be. But go ahead and give me a nature check here.
We're getting progressively lower. That's a 9.
Okay.
Nature, you said?
Mm-hmm.
14.
14. Okay, cool. Okay. So I'll say with the 14, you see the figure that you had seen actually originally when you came by the fissure heart. This this figure that looked very different, almost kind of opposite of the figure that you saw last night. And Titian, you're not sure. With a 14, you're not entirely sure. But the idea of a changing of the guard would have to happen at a certain point in time. Exactly, sort of. So you're not entirely sure when that would happen or how that would even come about. It seems like it the fissure heart kind of reacts in this. But yeah, kind of. Comes to your attention, gives you something to think about.
All right. Are they up in the air like Uru was, or are they more on the ground? Okay.
Yep, they're up in the air like Uruketh.
Okay. I'll just ponder that as I keep going. I'll just go, hey, we haven't met them yet, right, Grian?
Oh, no, that looks like that's someone new.
Do you think we should avoid them, or do you think we should kind of go the direct route with this one and I don't know, say hey?
We should probably move past them just for right now. I mean, we did cause a little bit of trouble. I mean, or we could go apologize for causing a stir up.
Maybe. Why don't we go talk to Cerilius first, and then if he
Yeah.
says we did that, like, then we can go apologize. I don't want to apologize without having something to apologize for, because we really didn't do much. It was really a lot of Ada. We just were kind of guilty by
Association.
yeah. So let's go talk to Cerilius and see how deep our hole is before we start digging it deeper.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's this way.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll say at this point, like, I'll ask, are you guys trying to, at this point, then actively avoid, like, try to take the longest way around?
I don't think if I'm leading it, I'm not going to make it conspicuous, but I'm going to give us a respectable distance. So, like, I'm not going to, like, purposefully go, like, here and then, like, around like that, but I'm going to kind of go, like, more here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. So say, like, in the idea of, like 100-foot space would not put you out of the way. You're about 100 feet away.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Okay, cool.
I don't want to give the impression that we are actively avoiding them, because that shows a different level of, like, guilt as well, or a certain level of guilt.
Yeah, that's a fair point. You do not seem to be noticed as you pass by.
Cool.
All right. And then as you are kind of turning the corner and heading down, I'd say probably about another 5-minute walk or so, you see those trees that are kind of on either side that give this, like, sort of the similar sort of look of, like, what you would see kind of coming up to like a southern plantation sort of thing, but having that, like, kind of like very relatively small cabin at the very end instead. Yeah, pause you guys there. Ianthe, you awake. As you wake up, you see Iskar is seemingly laying in the bed next to you, kind of like arms sort of propped up, watching you. It takes a few moments for you to kind of recognize that this position is somewhat sort of maybe not the most comfortable for them, as, like, they're not to be crass, but you would recognize that they do not have legs, so to speak, at some point. So it is a strange sort of, like, floating somewhat above the sheets from the waist down.
Have you been lying like that all night?
What time is it?
Oh, I have no idea.
If it's morning, then yes. Does that bother you? Again, we don't sleep a lot.
It doesn't bother me. I'd hate to think of you uncomfortable all night.
Oh, far from it.
So, what do we do now?
Oh, well, I guess, from what I understand of your world, logistics are a relatively pretty important thing to figure out right from the get-go. So yes, what do you want? As Joe assumes that Iskar is fully not understanding what you meant. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh. I. Is it alright if we table that conversation? I'm not sure I'm ready for that one.
Oh,
I meant.
Yes. Okay. Great.
Good. No, I just meant with the threat of Ada and her mentor. It's not a good word, but I can't think of a better one. Parasite? Should we go speak to someone?
My position usually, a situation like this would immediately warrant a audience with Nazir. There are a few reasons why I hesitated to do that last night. One of which being it seems that the details are unclear for all of us. Anthony, when you told me, I'll say this is, there was probably a moment in time last night we were able to kind of give a full, just sort of like what you know happened. And,
Oh yeah.
and like, was it like, would you say like what you know about Codex? Like that sort of thing?
Yes. Again, being very careful to leave out mention of Alyssa and the rod.
Yes. Yep. That makes sense.
But I would explain, like, okay, we met Jet, and he's got this book, and he's kind of a evil book, and I think I would have explained, like, I know he's in the city because he is also looking for these ancient ones.
Mm-hmm.
What I have, yeah.
Anthony, I have to be honest with you, and I apologize for my confusion and the neighboring thoughts that brought that along, but assuming that we are being forthright with each other.
I think there's no reason to have any mistrust between us. No lies.
Okay. Then I will be honest in saying that the absence, even prophecies are not always clear on the specifics on things, but one thing that has been always specifically clear is that there are 6 that come to Zajar and are the ones that will make things right. And that is a understanding that is shared not only by those who are this is strange to say given our current condition, but the ones that are put in place to welcome and facilitate the newcomers, which
I feel very welcomed. Don't worry about that.
that wasn't what I hope that's, and you see like that whole like sort of backup of like I wasn't that wasn't part of the job description, to be clear.
So I'm special is what you're saying. That makes me feel better.
Sorry. Anyway, like I was saying, it's not just... It's everyone. Your absence of not only Ada, but now Jet as well, will prove a concern if there is if there's one thing the prophecy gets wrong, what if there is more? Does that make sense?
It does. I don't know much about prophecies or anything like that. I've never been a big fan of deciding my future based on fate. I would rather make my own decisions. And that's not to say that I'm not willing to help the city, but maybe this prophecy isn't as clear-cut and simple as you may have hoped.
I'm beginning to see what you mean.
Perhaps we save the city in a way that is unexpected. I don't know yet. Because I haven't made the decision of how to proceed. But whether there are 4 of us, or 6 of us, or 100 of us, I want you to know that my heart is in the right place. I would never do anything intentionally to hurt the city.
As you state that last sentence, it seems like Iskar is hung up a little bit on something that you said just before that. She kind of like gives you kind of a strange look. It's, decision? What? And then as you as you take a moment to like kind of explain what you mean, you hear a knock at the front door, and you see Iskar. And you see her throw on her clothes are her, so like she like kind of like bundles herself up and then goes charging out of the room. I think Adim is still there, and Adim is actually in the room that is closest to the door. So you hear Iskar just kind of like no, and just like bodily push Adim back into the room. Because Jack's not here, and I could do that. So
get out of the way, Adim.
And opens the door. Ianthe, what are you doing in this moment?
I'm gonna follow her. I think laughing a little bit. I'm putting on like the bare minimum of clothing. Like when you enter the door in like just shorts and a t-shirt, and you're like, I don't have a bra on. Like deal with. I'm talking to you, and I'm clothed, and that's what you get.
Yep, beautiful. Incredible. Great. You see Saruk in the doorway. You see Saruk being very like taken aback that Iskar's there.
Saruk. Apologies. It's a bit
You see Iskar kind of look at you and then do a full double take in recognizing what you're not wearing in this moment, and like all of a sudden now it looks way worse.
Apologies. I've just woken up, so you've caught me a bit out of sorts. Is everything all right?
I'm gonna roll an insight check.
I'll roll deception.
Yeah. Roll deception, Anthony.
Ooh, that's a bad deception, though.
What'd you get?
I got. If I'm improving or not. Cool. 10.
A total of 10? Okay.
Total of 10.
You see Saruk just kind of like give a little bit of a flash of a look between both of you. Understood. Totally fine. It just Nazir would like to have a word with the... And you see there's now not a word for you, because the word would be the 6.
The 4.
4 now.
Yes.
Well, yes. Nazir would like to have a word with the 4. I did happen to see the large cat-like one, and
the 2 who are not physically in the room, I'm guessing.
Yes. They seem to be heading out elsewhere. But it is very important that Nazir sees them.
I will collect them, and we will be there shortly. Did the High Speaker give any indication as to what this was referring to? She asks, like, feigning total innocence, like I don't know.
Mm-hmm. You see Saruk look at Iskar and look back at you. It is a matter that has been laid above some of us.
Very well. We will make ourselves presentable and come up to the High Speaker's office as soon as we can.
Very well. Fantastic. Good day. And you see the sand just kind of slink away slowly. That like equivalent of an elemental sort of version of like turning back, but your head is the last thing to turn.
Yeah. Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah. The difference is that their body leaves and the last thing to leave is their head.
It's even creepier.
Yeah. You shut the door.
So we're in trouble, aren't we?
Oh boy. You're not. Well, I don't. There's no specific rules on the specifics here, but certainly warrants questions.
Are you in trouble? Because I will fight for you. I will not allow anything to happen.
I'm sure it will be fine.
All right. Just know I'm very good at arguing, and I'm not afraid to pick a fight.
Well, for all of us, probably be best to at least listen to the rulings on this.
All right. Adim, did Green and Titian say where they were going?
You see Adim just kind of like pull himself in the doorway. He doesn't care about this at all. Like, he sees this and just like, no. Didn't even wake me up.
Great. Well,
Should
I'll pull out my
I
rock.
go find them?
No, you stay here. I will call them back. Maybe
Okay.
have a coffee.
And as I'll say, like, actually, Adim, who is in a mood, just says okay, and then closes the door in your face. And Iskar just, he's been. I should go.
No. All right. You'll come back? I mean, before we go see Nazir.
Oh, I'm not entirely sure. I need to check in a couple places and just make sure everything is okay. Also on the security front, I should be notified on where we've been on that. So if not, I will be waiting when you get out.
Okay. Then I will see you later.
There is a moment that I think for Iskar, there is a you see the like behind her eyes, the pages and pages of understanding humanity in this material plane, and understanding like, okay, so in this situation, what is the normal Jack just jumped in. That's great. Hope I'm doing justice for your character, buddy. Yeah, you see that, like, kind of like pages, like, what is the correct goodbye in this situation? And you see there's just like a momentary
if
sort of
only I
pause,
could tell you. I have no idea.
She leans in and she kisses you on the cheek.
I'll like kiss her back on the cheek.
Beautiful.
The little, yeah, bump. Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe put on some more clothes or whatever. Yeah.
What, is this not appropriate?
Truly, most of us wouldn't know. So, and goes and like leaves on that. And we'll pause you there. Ada. You awaken. The high point, you actually wake up to the sound of wind blowing loudly through the sort of crux of the crystalline structure that has been probably keeping you from having one of the things that's been keeping you from having a decent sleep.
Great. Yep. Yeah, I think she's gonna kind of sit up precariously and see kind of where she's at, like what's going on down below, if anyone has like looked up and seen her, or I think she's just kind of grabbing lay of the land as she like comes to full consciousness.
Yeah. It looks pretty. I mean, I would say it looks pretty much the way you left it, but now you're able to see a little bit more. You see the fissure heart about maybe like a half mile away. You're at a building that is a little bit further out east of the center of town. But you can see it's close enough where you can see the fissure heart sort of glowing in this very like white glacier blue.
Oh, good. It's back to normal. I think she's talking out loud to Codex, whether Codex is listening or not. So the goal is to get to the fissure heart, or is it to kill the rest of, my ostensible friends?
That
No?
question. I sense a little acid on the tip of your tongue.
Sorry. What is the goal today?
If I said the goal was to kill all of your... Would you call them friends? Those that...
I did qualify it.
Those that only hours ago...
I don't know what else to call them.
Friends seems to be a funny word for one that likes to put you in a category.
If you told me to kill them, I would.
Ada, roll me a persuasion or deception check.
Persuasion or deception, huh? Well, they're the same. 15.
Okay.
And we'll
You
do persuasion.
Okay. As I say, you could message me or you could say it out loud.
Persuasion.
Good. I still sense hesitation, but that is understandable considering. No. While you rested, I pondered. The reality is that even with your body and my mind, things would be... Victory would not be assured. We need more.
And how do we get it? More.
We go to the last place. I knew where it was. If you're ready.
We're leaving Zajar?
We are.
Then yes.
You see this bright, sick green sort of circle start to kind of form and move in the air, centering right in where you were sleeping to basically keep enough space from either side from having too much light gleaming off of this crystalline structure down. As you see a portal open up.
I think Ada kind of looks over, like, probably not directly at the fissure heart, but I think that's the direction that she kind of like looks over her shoulder at and kind of looks down at the city of Zajar. And I think she's going to spit over the edge, and then she's going to go into the portal.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You walk through the portal. It closes up. And the camera sinks down all the way to Grian and Titian as they are walking through the trees. Or down the path through the trees. Titian and Grian.
Where do you think Ada's at right now, Grian? Do you think she's just like... Do you think she could be like, where's Zajar? Like, where is she at? Like...
You know, wherever she might be, I can't tell you it's good.
That sucked yesterday. I promise you at no point in the woods that she, the codex come out. There was nothing. We mostly just talked about cannibalism and mothers, if I'm being honest with you, in the woods.
Yeah, you know, but at a certain point, we make those choices ourselves, and we have to ask ourselves, was she making these choices, or was Codex? And the terrible choice is it was probably her.
I think we lost a couple of friends yesterday instead of just one.
Yeah.
As you say that, you see the front porch of the cabin. You can actually see Cerilius sitting in a simple rocking chair, a notebook in hand. Seems like he's writing something down, but seems to look up almost expectantly, if he expected you to show up.
Good morning, Cerilius. We've come to, well, we want food. We need food.
You want food? Yes, of course. Come on in. Puts the quill down. Puts the notebook to the side, leaves it out there, and walks in and presents you to come in.
Titian goes in unless Grian wants to go in first.
Okay.
I think there's a moment of talking about Ada and being like, where is she? That I look over my shoulder in kind of like a antsy kind of way before going into the building, or before going into the house.
Yeah. Give me a perception check. I'll say DC 30.
That's only a 19.
Okay. You walk in. You see Titian. There is a small helping of the only protein I'd say is probably there's probably bacon, but a lot of breads and greens they're waiting for you. There's also 4 plates there. Actually, 5 plates there. Sorry, 6 plates there, including him.
Were you expecting all of us this morning, or did you have other company coming around?
Tishin, I know I exist at the edge of town, but word gets around.
Yeah, we're kind of hoping that you could talk to. I hope you were up for a conversation over breakfast about some of what you've been hearing, because I'm sure you heard a little bit about that yesterday thing that happened. Stuff.
Yes, I did. Would you like to give me the full unadulterated version?
I mean, I'll give you what I know.
And you could say you just do that, or we can continue RP it.
It's either way, like, you know, and we just had to get out of, like, abridging it. You know, the lightning was being thrown, and we knew we were causing more damage if we stuck around, so we just got our friend up and out of there as soon as possible, so that you know, tactical retreat, because we were not going to win that one, not as beat up as we were.
And the worst part is we have no idea where she is.
None.
It sounds like you made the right choice. This codex. Do you also let them know that Jet is now no longer with you?
I'm going to defer to Brandon on this one, because I'm torn either way.
Yeah, I would let him know.
It sounds like the person that would know Codex best is not able to assist you in this endeavor as well. Well, let's handle the important things first. What is your main concern with Codex taking over Ada?
I mean, we've been traveling with Ada for a short time, so it's not specifically what he's going to do to Ada, but what he's going to do with Ada and her assistants, and what his goals are, because he's definitely he's definitely from the bad part of the library, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I apologize. That essentially was my question, assuming that Codex found an able-bodied figure that they were able to convince. I do not know Codex, but I know the story. Not this particular story, but how things are normally presented.
I mean, like most, I'll say creatures, he's after power. I mean, and we found them at the Fisher Heart. Is there something about that he might have been trying to get to?
The Fisher Heart it's what powers the entire city. It gives life to everyone. I don't know if you've asked for if you've asked for food along the way here. No,
we just kind of assumed that there was nothing.
Yeah, well,
we don't know if or what Genasi eat.
Here, at least.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, here, a lot of it is a sustained energy from the fissure heart itself. The fissure heart not only powers the city, but it helps to keep life flowing. Without it, many of them would have to, all of them eventually, would have to go back to their planes.
Right, I got it.
So without the fissure heart, it wouldn't kill them per se, but they wouldn't be able to stay here.
Correct.
And that's why it's under guard 4/7.
No.
I'm assuming.
I mean, not the main reason. Did you meet with anyone else yesterday?
I mean, there was. Go ahead, Grant. I mean, we.
No, I was like, that's a list.
I would just say we Urukai, like the person that from the shop. I guess we kind of met Iskar and Orzai.
Nazir would be the one that would be a particular interest.
Yeah, 'cause it'd be Suruk, Nazir, the forge person, the wind person, to the clothes, Udketh.
Yeah, Nazir is the one that he kind of like puts a finger on.
Yeah.
So, I assume you've been given the version of the story.
A lot of people have been talking to us. Yes.
Titian and Green, go ahead and give me a history check.
Uh, 17.
Nice.
4.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Titian is early. You haven't eaten, so I think you're probably eating and talking. But I would say, Grian, you remember one of the last things that there's a possibility it might have only been presented to you, but I think it was kind of given in sort of the idea of it for everybody. So really, it's kind of like beckoned caution on the idea of like listening to or adhering to whatever the assumptions were of this place. Kind of giving an idea of like, you don't need to, feel free to trust everyone, but you don't need to necessarily do what they say. There was a little bit of that when you guys left yesterday from Cerilius. And given the conversation that you had with Nazir, that kind of floats into place, I think, for you, Green, in recognizing there is a version of the story that is building into the idea of the prophecy that you're going to be the ones that bring the ancient primordials out.
Mm-hmm.
Allow them to rule again.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody has a version or interpretation of what they think might happen. But in theory, I mean, time will tell what decisions get made.
You've heard one theory.
I mean, because it's like, it's the idea that, Hasamal wants the rod to do what they want to do, and the Croncelli wants it, and like obviously, like the people of Zajar want this kind of world, and Cerilius has had caution of this, and it's just like everybody has the idea of the same story, but it's like
No, not necessarily, because Hasamal doesn't give a portion of the story. Hasamal just wants the rod.
Right, I'm saying
They're not a factor.
they all have an idea of how they want it to go, and it's
Right. But
right.
this
that's
is
what I'm saying,
in speaking of like prophecy and the idea of like what you've come here for. There's only one story you've really been given. Adim and Ianthe have been given another story. Yeah, in that regard. And I will say, like, that story, I think, rightfully so, Green, if there's a thing of like doubt in that, yeah, that makes sense. But that's what you're sitting on as Aurelius is kind of staring at you and getting the idea of like, he's not going to say it, but he's waiting for you.
I mean, yeah, again, we were told that we were here as some, oh my god, the word escapes me, harbingers of like a new age, but I don't know what that new age looks like. I think we have an idea, but I can't tell you if it's good or bad or what it means or...
Well, you don't need to necessarily tell me what your idea is, but as I said, just because a figure tells you a prophecy, kind of like motions to himself, doesn't mean you have to follow the job.
And I mean, well, there's only 4 of us now, so who's to say I was even talking about us?
No, I believe it was talking about you guys.
Is there something you're not telling us, Aurelius, about this? Is there like...
In my perspective, Tishin, you're going to have a lot of people telling you very specific things on what your future holds. I would rather not be one of them, but instead give you the idea of your future, the concept of fate. It's an opinion, nothing more.
Our fate is just an opinion? Is that what you're saying?
Essentially. But that is just an old fallen angel's opinion, so do with it what you must. All choices will have consequences. I know I get the feeling you're not unfamiliar with that notion.
No, we've been dealing with consequences ever since we've been on the road. Friends lost, cities failed.
Backstabbed.
I just don't want to... I don't want to minimize those moments just because it's an opinion. That sounds so... It just doesn't hit my ears right,
Well, what do you think you're here for?
Well, right now I think I'm here for these eggs. Thank you. I think I'm here because of the party and the journey we're on, and I'm here to find a new way for my city and for justice, to try to find some sort of justice in this world. That's why I'm here. But Those are all my decisions.
I mean, we're also here to find a way to save our friend.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Your friend that just happened. He knows, right? He knows Alyssa. Like the story about that.
that's why I said it so vaguely. I'm like, I think we said it because, like,
Okay.
we got
It's up to you guys.
from him.
Can we get confirmation from the bleacher seats? Did we tell him about that, Alyssa? Because if not, we don't want to spill the beans.
Peanut Gallery.
I don't think we did.
Okay.
No, I think it was made pretty clear pretty early not to talk about Alyssa. Oh, you know what? We might have mentioned her to him, actually. Because that was the first time Ada had heard about Alyssa.
Oh.
He might have been out of the room at that point.
Oh.
Let's go with we didn't, because
Sure.
we've been erring on the side of not mentioning her.
Okay.
So maybe rephrase that to, instead of saving our friend, to saving the ones we love, and make it a little bit more vaguer, like more vague.
Well, the idea of being forthright in your choices of what you want to be doing in this world is valiant, but I will also say when there is a very big, important decision put in front of you, if you don't make it, eventually it will be made.
So why are... Sorry, I'm switching subjects. I'm kind of... This talk of fate has me kind of queasy. Why was everyone kind of giving us the side eye this morning? I know why, but like, what is the temperature of the community? Like, if we are these harbingers, these fates, these people of fate, why are they no longer treating us as such this morning?
I'd say, as someone who spent a whole lifetime in the designs around the concepts of belief and faith in something, I'd say their faith is shaken.
Tishine's thinking back to his like response to Grian early this morning of like, do they think we were cowards because we ran away? And he's like, confirmed. Just to himself, though.
That's the trouble with, in my opinion, prophecy and design around something that has been written somewhere, is that everybody, long enough timeline, everybody has a very specific idea on what that looks like. And when that idea, the specificity of it, is shaken, well, then the whole house of cards is in danger.
I mean, I guess the good thing about faith is that as long as people have it, even if they come to the edge of losing it, they can always be pulled back. So.
Not always.
I was gonna say, unless you like really fuck it up, in which case.
Green, there's a moment where you just realize, like, I think there's like a momentary sort of thing of like saying, you just said, unless you really fuck it up to someone who has some sort of conceptual like piece of Celestia in the like heavenly sort of like deity sort of thing. And you see him just look at you and just give a very big smile at that. I do not envy you all. But in the trials that will definitely come ahead, there's going to be a certain point where you're going to have to make a choice to put your faith in. I'm going to tell you there are many reasons, especially considering the company that you have kept in recent months. They will tell you there's many reasons why I may not be a good choice among them. And they're right to question. I have been a coward to them. But for what it's worth, of which I assume to be very little. If you would like to put your trust in me, I don't consider it to be unwarranted. Grian, if you don't mind, actually, I wanted to show you something.
Sure. I guess, Titian, if you want to pack up the food so we can bring it back to everyone.
Oh, okay, so I don't get to have any?
I'm assuming we have been eating. We
He's
told this
just
whole
laughing.
story of what happened.
He's just laughing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want me just pack up and then I guess give y'all? Oh, sure, I'll give y'all some space.
You also have the bag, so
Uh,
you want to carry all the plates back.
you have the kitchen. I actually just Grian, this is
Yeah.
this is in the bedroom.
Oh,
Okay, I guess I'll be back later.
Hours passed. No.
It's like 15 minutes.
Grian, you yeah, Grian, that is a strange thing to say. As you walk into there's a moment of like thinking about like Grian, like just for like a reminder on this, like Cerilius was, as he stated, and something that I would say there's no reason for him to necessarily lie in this, but like he stated he was a solar. Like he was a not only an angel, but like a top dog in Celestia. That would be information that you would know on like the idea of like kind of like trying to get some sort of concept of like your people and where you come from, that sort of thing. So this would be like the equivalent of like a, you know, I would say, you know, a general or at least like a major in the idea of like the rank. And you walk into a bedroom that is very simple, sparse, functional. There's go ahead.
I think given the nature of what we've talked about and what he said, I don't think I'm surprised by what it looks like. Not necessarily that he's, in the best way I can phrase this, is like given up on himself or has lack of faith in himself. But I'm not surprised to see how empty it is.
Yeah. Empty is a great word for this place. You see there's a trunk at the end of the bed. Kind of give him he gives a long sigh looking at it. Forgive me, as he walks over to, I haven't opened this in some time, undoes the latches. opens it up and beckons you over to see.
Yeah, I'll look in the chest.
You see sitting on top of what looks to be like a menagerie of memories of things that seem to have no specific sort of value except for intrinsic. You see sitting on top of them is a white and gold gleaming cuirass, chest plate armor.
Thank you. I take it these are all just sentimental memories for you of things, cherished things.
The past.
I'm gonna touch the cuirass. I'm like, was this yours from your time up there?
When I fell, they figured I had more use for it down there than down here than where I fell from. But I took it off that day and never put it back on.
Why?
Why did I take it off?
Why haven't you ever put it back on?
The representation of that armor was of something that I did not believe that I was. Not only was I not a part of it anymore, it was no longer a part of me. I think it was I don't think it was a recognizing of a dishonor, but honoring something I had more faith in.
I think it's. I think if it's a choice to hang up that life, I think we all deserve that choice. But I think if it's a matter of who you were, I think that that's just a part of your story, no matter how long it is. And I think knowing who you are and where you came from is what makes you you, and how you choose to use that or let it define you makes that life choice. And I think that if you wanted to keep it here, you could. But if you ever felt that you wanted to use it as a jumping point for something new, I think you could do that too.
I apologize. I was not clear in showing you this. I recognize that a old man showing you his memories may warrant old war stories, and I appreciate you indulging me with that, but that's not why I show you this. I would like you to wear this.
I'll take it out of the chest.
Yeah. You see the pauldrons on each side seem to be kind of attached to it. It seems like it is strangely light, considering the like density of it as you're kind of like running your hand along it.
Is that even allowed? Like, if I did, I wouldn't be struck by lightning walking outside the door, right? Like, I just sure.
Yeah. I think they assumed that when I fell, I would not last long here on the material plane, so it would have fallen into someone else's hands eventually.
Well, I mean, in mortal years, I think you're doing a bang-up job, but, you know, in immortal years, you know, here we are.
Yeah.
I mean, I would
agree,
be,
and
yeah.
with all due respect, given the heritage of both you and I, fuck 'em.
Yeah. The gods haven't been much help in any aspect, even the ones that have been there for me for a long time. I mean, I would be honored to wear this. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna slip it on / kind of put it on. Does it feel big at all, or does it just kind of feel...
There's a strange sort of thing that all your life, every bit of armor that you've had to wear, you've had to custom fit because of the wings behind you. Right? Even that having the like resemblance of those, even if they come out as like celestial sort of, or you know, momentary sort of things, there's still that sort of like space of like where it would be uncomfortable. You've had that situation before. This feels oddly comfortable.
I think I kind of put it on, and as I kind of just shimmy into place, I think my wings do come out. And I do, not necessarily like the Cinderella twirl, but in that kind of like where I look at my wings as I turn and just see how easy it is for them to go between the armor. And it's no longer like trying to cut the back of a shirt to push them out.
Yeah. There's a moment where you see, as you let your wings unfurl, and as you see Cerilius' eyes just linger slightly on the wings, and there's a second, I think, of not really sadness, but a level of like nostalgia, I guess. But that as your eyes connect, that look kind of melts away.
It fits good. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to bend down to the chest, and I'm just you know, like I was saying, if you wanted to take your story and take it in a different direction, and that the choices that we made and how they define us and how we can choose to reshape that. It's up to you, and I think it could be a welcome hand. And I'm going to reach into the chest, and I'm going to just take this liberty, and I'm going to grab an object from it, and I'm going to look at him and say, faith can be restored as long as we didn't fuck it up too bad. And I'm going to place Broomhilda's like baby rattle in his hand.
Yeah, I'll yes and you on this one because I was thinking about there would be a small black witch hat, like a youth witch hat.
I'll do that. So I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
We don't have to be defined by the choices that we've made, but we can always choose to do something new with them.
Roll me a persuasion check.
This is what that nat one comes in, guys. That's a lie. That's a nat 20. That's gonna be a holy fuck. Okay, persuasion. That's a 24. Fuck.
Okay.
Okay. I was prepared to fail this hardcore.
Incredible.
Yep.
Take a point of inspiration for that. Beautiful. You see him kind of stare at the hat, look back at you, and then look back at the hat, and you see like each time he looks back at it, his face kind of softens into this very sorrowful, sort of morose look. The first time mixed with this like kind of level of like shame. They didn't teach you that up there.
But fuck them, right?
Yeah. Maybe you're right, Grian. Maybe you're right.
Now, if you wouldn't mind telling us these lovely secrets of where you find food here, I think everyone would appreciate it.
Oh, well, I have a small sort of a few bits of livestock and garden out back. You are free to come by at any point in time, assuming they don't know how to make food over there.
It's very much 4 stone walls and a chair.
Yeah, I imagine.
Which I can also imagine is, if the Fisher heart sustains you, they don't quite know what that means to eat.
I'm sure they're trying their best, but...
that's a great opinion. We can ask Ianthe when we see her. Speaking of which, we could probably get this food back to them. They're probably also starving. And I thank you for everything.
Grian. Don't let this gift persuade you in any way of your opinion of the validity of what I say. I want you to know that's not my intention, but between you and I. Tishian seems to be very pure of heart. But if you think you are living in a world now where Your choices only affect your friends, or even the city that you grew up in. It's much bigger than that now. It's important to recognize that.
I think we've been caught in the crosshairs of those decisions too many times to think that it would mean otherwise.
Yeah. Just an old man's opinion of someone who didn't know that inaction was a choice that was the wrong one.
Not the wrong one, just a different one. I've met your daughter. She's spicy. But she's good.
You have no idea. Okay. All right. Well, get out of my room.
Ooh, not the first time I've heard that.
He just kind of like shakes his head and kind of follows you out of the room.
All right, Titian, we ready to go?
Grian, as you come walking down the stairs towards Titian, can you describe what Grian looks like right now?
Yeah. So I think over the shirt, because his last piece of armor in the meddling of the wind primordial was not able to be fixed due to its enchantment. Over this white shirt, you now see a piece of armor. It's like that really light, almost white kind of silver with gold trimmings and these denser layered pauldrons. And in the middle of it is the symbol of a sun, but made out of gemstone. And I think as he steps down, his magic kind of intertwines with it. So as he were to do something like cast light, the stun itself also glows. And so it's like in tune with his own magic.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't just glow gold, like it glows like a sun. Like how we see the sun through a telescope. Like, Titian, you ready to go?
Holy shit. Oh, yeah. Looks like you had a good time. New armor. And so, yeah, let's go. Yeah. Looking rather snazzy now.
Thanks, I got it from a friend.
You mean Surrealist? Surrealist is the
Yes,
only
yes.
other person.
And he's right here too.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point in my life, I'm sure it looked better on me, but
I mean, you
Yeah,
probably will look
probably.
good in
Well-
it now, but it's fine. It's okay.
please.
No. Yeah. All right. Well, I got all the food in the sack, and I guess
I'm gonna say, as you
Guess we
say,
can get
I got all
partner.
the food in the sack. Ianthe, are you sending to Titian?
I was going to, just reach out to them using the Rocky Talkie.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. We better.
So you just hear,
Hey, not sure where you two went, but we have been summoned to speak with the High Speaker. So if you could mosey on back here, preferably with tea or coffee, that'd be great. I think we need to touch base before we go talk to them. See you soon. Bye!
that was just a Titian.
That was over the Rocky Talkie. So
Yeah, so I think it's everybody.
There,
I'd,
okay.
I think I look at Tish and be like, she knows she can talk to us, right? Like she doesn't just like leave a message.
I think it's just her weird power play. I think this is like her way of staying aloof, even though, like, obviously we're about to go do this thing. I don't know. Yeah, let's get back and see
Yeah.
what all this is about.
Thank you again, Sirlius, for everything.
I hope it's
Good
okay
luck.
with you, Cerilius, but I also took the plates that the food was on because.
Oh my god, we don't need more plates. We have like 15 plates in the bag.
You see him snap his fingers, and the plates appear back on the table.
Oh thank god.
I still have a little bit of magic.
That's quite the plate spell you got there. That's awesome.
All right, Tish, and you're
All
ready?
right, we better go. I think this is goodbyes are the hardest part, but we will. We got it. Let's go.
It just gives you like a really weird look. All right, yeah.
So I'm
Kind
so
of gives.
tempted to do-
Good.
I'm so tempted to roleplay a Midwest goodbye right now.
Watch for deer. Give.
We'll let you know when we get home. It's all right. We'll just let you.
Say hi to your mom and dad for me.
Mhm. Did you hear about the Barkley kid down? No, I'm just kidding.
You
Tell your mom
yeah.
I'll give her a call.
I'm
Yeah,
not Irish
yeah.
goodbye.
Cerilius kind of gives like one more like big kind of like pat on the like pauldron sort of part for you, Green. And so, like, as you guys are kind of heading out, and just kind of gives this, just like 2 hits, and then says, if you need anything.
Yeah, we'll do.
And with that, you guys head off back to the building. And with that, we'll take our 10-minute break. We'll see you guys in 10. And we are back. But before we come to...
Ah! Sorry, I forgot I was on mic. My bad.
You're fine. You didn't say anything.
No, I saw the nameplate change.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, oh my god.
Also, that's not my real scream. As I was just trying to be dramatic, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm on mic." No, it's a lot higher than that. Don't worry.
So we're going to take a moment and follow a path out, pushing past the clouds into place somewhere else. It's daytime. Another notch. Prisha, as you wake up, seeing the light from the makeshift cave, how do you spend your morning?
Prisha spends her morning taking stock, I think, of all of the things that she's kind of gathered here. So like she takes stock of Hollow. She takes stock of like all the bones that she has around her. And I think she kind of counts them obsessively. She takes stock of any like herbs that she might have had in her pack when she ended up here, and anything that she might have collected or figured out any components of. I think that she's trying to inventory, like she's preparing to like brew something or make something that'll be helpful. Like she's trying to think. And I think that this happens a lot.
Yeah. Everything is... go ahead and roll me a investigation check.
Oh boy. Man, I miss Ada's stat. 6.
6. Okay. Go ahead and roll it again for me. First part of that would be a fail.
What'd you say?
First part of that is a fail, but to see if the...
2. I have a -1.
Everything's accounted for.
Uh-huh.
Everything's where it's supposed to be.
Okay. I think if that's the case, and everything that she can think of is where it is supposed to be, I think she's going to grab Hollow, and I think she's going to emerge from her cave.
Okay. What is your plan for today? I think it makes sense that Prisha is like trying to kind of like, as soon as you walk outside, everything's going to look exactly the same. So having this like kind of like thing of like, how can I keep myself grounded for day whatever?
Yeah. I think that her plan today is to find a tree she has not marked. Just find one, like, because she feels like she's gone everywhere that she possibly can. And if she can find one tree that she hasn't left a mark on, that might be something new.
I think there's a good chance that this has been a reoccurring sort of like concept for you, but the numbers have consistently gone down. Where first it was make sure you find 10 trees you've never seen before, and if you've seen one, make sure you go another direction till you find another one, and now it's and then it was 5.
Yeah, and I think
2,
after
and
6.5 years, it's 1, just like 1, please, 1 tree, or and she doesn't kind of know what it's going to be like after, and she's not thinking that far ahead. I think that also over the course of her being here, the way that she marks the trees are a little different now. I think that she started putting arrows for like the directions that she's gone. So I think that she's going to start following arrows, like her own little marking system, to try and find something new.
Okay, great. Give me a survival check.
Okay. Do I still have inspiration from last session? Can I use that? I sure didn't use it.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Oh, thank God, because that would have been a nat 1, but it's a 22.
Okay, cool. After 22, you start following arrows that you've marked. I would say in the beginning sort of trees that are around this area, they actually probably have 2 markings. They have the original marking of just like the X, and then now the detailed marking of like, okay, this is a direction I actually need to go in. And you notice that the arrows that you are following, you're kind of like following along with them for about probably like a solid 5 minutes. And then there's a moment where you see one of the arrows point in the opposite direction. There's a momentary pause, and you just look back and maybe kind of follow that direction for a few feet, and you see, nope, that's not right. And then you go back to the one that you saw, and maybe you messed up. So you continue forward in the original direction they were in. But the next one shows the same.
I think she's gonna just keep going the direction. Like it doesn't matter how many times the arrows move or what going.
At what point do you stop?
I think if she hasn't found an unmarked tree within 15 minutes, she'll probably...
I'll tell you this. Every time you're now walking in the original direction, every arrow is pointing the opposite direction. So, like, how many of those do you pass?
8?
Okay. Yeah. The 8th one, there's a level of, like, frustration. This doesn't make any sense. This wasn't... I wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't have started from that direction.
Yeah.
What's Prisha feeling right now?
Frustration. Frustration bordering on anger. I think that she realizes that she wouldn't have done that, and that something has to be fucking with her system. Like, the light thing that had come down and talked to her, X amount of time ago, had said that she was the Nathalus's plaything, and I think that has really like settled into her bones, and like she's realizing that everything that she does is being countered, and I think that this is just another thing, and I think that she's angry.
How do you show it? Or do you?
No, yeah, she does. I don't think she means to, but I think that she kind of grabs like the trunk of one of the trees, and with her primal savagery cantrip, it just makes her like nails longer. But I think that she like kind of accidentally casts it and just kind of like rakes into the tree, like, and tries to like I don't think she's trying to knock it down, but I think she's trying to erase her own like markings, and she just kind of like scratches at it, big Wolverine style, just
Okay.
like angy.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay, vibes. Non-natural 20. That is a filthy 20.
Okay. There is a moment that as you like kind of like slice into it, there's a feeling of like recognizing that in this moment, the point of contact with anyone who has not been a fucking tree trunk or a squirrel or a whatever that thing is, that the Nathalis that is like following you, like there's been no context of like a real body.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, Prisha, you realize like how easy it is to kind of tear into this. I think you keep going.
Yeah, vibes.
Yeah. So as you do, there's like a moment where you just see Prisha just tearing again and again and again and again, and eventually we hear this, and the tree falls, and as it falls, it goes to hit the ground and stops.
Like above the ground?
Right just before it's about to hit.
Bitch.
I'll be honest with you, I was very surprised it took 8 of these. As you see a figure kind of come down.
It's a mean light lady!
From the tree. Did you really think you were that wrong 8 times?
Maybe. I don't think I was wrong. Have you just been watching me fail?
Today. My current assignment is unfortunately clouded from my view temporarily. So what's up?
The sky? I guess?
Okay.
I am back.
All right. Well, if that's all you're able to give me, I guess I'll try and find something else to do.
Did Joe freeze or did I freeze?
No, you're here.
I think Joe froze for you.
Okay. I'm gonna reload. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead.
I love the casualness of like, yeah, so what's up? Look.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Right?
Yeah, she sucks.
Like, I imagine her throwing herself on your couch, like cracking a beer. You're like, yo,
Yes,
so what's up?
100%. That is her vibe.
Yeah, after opening your refrigerator and grabbing your snacks and
Grabbing
letting her
your
know
snacks,
what you
yes,
need, and she
100%.
copied from you. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
All right.
Love that.
I love that Hannah's on the stream too. So, yeah, if this is going to be the equivalent of a conversation, maybe I'll try and find some other interesting thing to go with.
No, please don't go.
Well, I can't say no to desperation.
Okay. Did my friends get my message?
Friends.
Yes.
Sure.
I don't believe you, but okay.
Well, I mean, I talked to one of them that seemed to be, well, to be honest, I had to remind them who you were.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, that makes sense. It's probably for the best, right? I mean,
Well, not for you.
No, not for me, but for them, I mean, they probably don't need me. If they forgot me, then that's okay, right?
Oh my goodness. This is... I got the feeling... Okay, fine. I got the feeling that I may have talked to someone new in their party.
Oh. So they might still know me.
Interesting that you look at it this way. There's also another way you can look at it, is that they just quickly replaced you with someone else, but sure.
I mean, maybe, but I mean, my party's lost a lot of people and they talk about them a lot, so maybe they talk about me.
Whatever helps you in this. So, any thoughts on how to get out?
No, not even one. I have been trying to find plants that maybe might help. I don't know.
In what
Everything
way?
here's new. I don't know. The Feywild is weird. Things do weird things.
Agreed. I agree with you there.
I just thought maybe if there was a plant that I could use as, I don't know, a bomb, I could throw it at the Nathalis, or I don't know.
Roll me a charisma check.
Yeah, because she's so good at those. 9.
Okay. You know you're from here, right?
In theory? Yes, kind of.
Right, okay. Well, for you to even take the... Yes, the Feywild is a place where truly anything can happen. Dreams can come true. Worst nightmares can manifest themselves into the daylight. Everything can come to life. But for some reason, you're taking the one true thing of the Feywild and even still putting some sort of material plane spin on it. Making a plant a bomb. That's a very human way of thinking.
I don't...
Also, even in this point, you're recognizing and understanding this is the Feywild, but you're marking places as if it matters. Did you think that you were going to just one day walk out of here because you found the end?
When you put it like that, it sounds silly.
No, it doesn't. It sounds human, and there's a difference. Silly, welcome in the Feywild. Human? No, thank you.
But am I just supposed to believe hard enough that there's a door somewhere?
Well, no, it's not that simple.
I don't know how to think like I belong here. I don't remember anything.
You see her kind of put her head in her hands like this and just kind of staring. This is incredible.
Are you about to say something mean to me?
I don't know.
Okay. What's incredible?
Well, without giving away the end of the story, so to speak, for you to have trouble understanding how to be Fae, I mean, you're not just a satyr, you're, well,
Dead? Lost? Angry?
Lost.
Upset?
Angry, upset. I love it. Keep going.
An idiot for stepping off the path and doing the one thing I wasn't supposed to?
That's interesting. Tell me about that.
I don't know. Dead Mother told me in the forest to stay on the path, and it wasn't the first time I'd heard it, and I don't know where I heard it before, but all I remember was stay on the path, and then darkness. And then the same thing happened in the forest with my friends.
And how do you know this dead mother?
She brought me back. I died and ended up in... Well, I died. And I woke up and she was there. And she told me that I was special and that I was in service to a god.
Oh. Okay. Well, that is boring.
Of course, boring? That might be the most interesting story ever.
Oh. I have lived in existence for a very long time. And that, my dear, may have been the top 10 wrongest things I've ever heard.
Okay, well, fine. I don't have an argument for that. So, the Feywild doesn't like it when you think human, but it doesn't like it when you think simple, right?
Everything is a story. Reason why I'm unable to spend time with my other friend is truly because they are trapped in a story.
So the Nathalis is telling my story right now, right?
Maybe. Or maybe you're letting it.
How long are you staying here?
Oh, the minute I am able to be somewhere else, I will be.
Thank you. I am glad that you're here.
That minute has gone into 30 seconds now.
Mm-hmm. I figure. I'm still not sure how I'm getting out, but I'm going to.
Give me another charisma check.
Non-natural 20.
So that's just straight charisma, right?
Yes.
Okay. If I gave you a semblance of hope in something, would that make you not do this? And like kind of like motions to the arrows on the trees.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, I will never claim to be in control of anyone or anything, but the person I have that is working for me, they're close by. Maybe I'll convince them to pay a visit.
Someone else? Here?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I pressure you take a step forward and don't touch me.
Okay. But I really want to give you a hug.
Do not do that, or I will banish you to someplace worse.
I believe you. Okay. Someone else is coming. Someone else could come. Which means I could get out.
You, and you see your face kind of get really serious at this now. You will never leave here. Unless you start thinking like a child of the Fae. Of which you are, Prisha.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Right. Well, I will leave you to your doom and gloom of the day. Again, I promise nothing, so if you don't see me ever again, sorry.
It's okay. Bye.
You. Disappears. And there's
My
a
girl.
moment. There's a moment, Prisha, where you are alone in the woods again. What's the last thing we see with Prisha?
I think Prisha sits down at the tree, like that's like almost fallen.
Oh, yeah. Actually, as soon as she goes, you hear a crash as if the tree had fully crashed. Yeah. Like it didn't like stop it stopped in time, not in like motion. So yeah.
Vibes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
so when she leaves, you do hear a big like and like jumps. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, great. I think Prisha goes over to the tree And I think she grabs some of the like leaves, like not the individual leaves, but like the branches that would have leaves in them.
Mhm.
And I think that she's gonna start to weave like a leaf crown out of them. And I think that that's where the camera pulls away from her.
Okay. Prisha, as the camera pulls away from you, give me a history check.
$12.
Did Mother Udris taught you a lot of things? How to use certain plants and herbs to create medicinal and magical substances. But you realize in this moment she never taught you how to make leaves into a crown. As you pull the leaves and start to fold them in, there's a momentary pause as you look at your hands. And you feel like you've been here before. In this moment. A full deja vu-like moment. And that's where we pause you. Beautiful. Titian, Grian. Grian, give me another investigation check. I'll say with advantage.
Good thing with advantage, there was that natural one. You said investigation, right?
Yes.
It's an 8.
Beautiful. You are having a little trouble getting back up. So you guys are in the elevator.
Got it. I think there's a part of me that's like, this is why I just fly. Like, I don't take this fucking...
And you know you could do that, except that you
Right.
just leave Tushy in there.
Right.
You're not thinking hard enough, Grin. We gotta think harder.
Nope, definitely not thinking hard enough this time.
Hold on. Do you think? I'm just gonna throw a theory out there. Do you think it has something to do with your new armor? Is it like anti-elevator or?
I definitely don't think it's anti going up.
Sorry. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, we gotta get up here somehow, correct?
You see what is clearly some sort of water elemental kind of walk into the elevator.
Hi, how's it going? Can I ask a favor of you? And this is all in Primordial because I have the Gemma translation.
Oh, you have the Gemma translation.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, hello.
We're having just a bit of trouble making the elevator go up.
Titian, all you're hearing is...
Yeah.
Good day to you too, sir.
You're having trouble... What did he just say to me?
He said good day.
Oh.
Yeah, we've used this elevator like once.
To Titian.
If you wouldn't mind helping us just get up.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I could do that. What floor?
Titian, should we just meet them at? You think we're just meeting them at the top?
I mean, yeah. Let's just go ahead and go on. Well, hold on. I got all this food on me. Yeah, let's just meet them at the top. They'll catch up to us. I'm sure Ianthe is already getting ready and we're as good as we're going to get. So,
and then I'll turn back to the water primordial. If you wouldn't mind, just take we have to go all the way up to.
The top floor.
Yeah.
Okay, so just for clarification, you need me to take you all the way to the top floor, and then I take myself back down to the floor that I need to go to.
Or I just show just whatever buttons I need to press. I can copy that.
Oh yes, that would be probably a lot easier. That one.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you okay if I go to my
Yeah.
floor?
No, go ahead.
Great.
Go ahead.
Click.
And then I think as that happens, I'll just talk to Rocky Talkie. Hey guys, we'll meet you guys at the top. Because we have no
Ding.
idea what floor to get. At.
As you stop at the floor, you see both doors open as they did before, and you see the figure walk the opposite way, but you see a door that you recognize.
It's our door.
Yeah.
Oh,
cool. Yeah, I guess we could just. Yeah, no, that's great. Let's go that way before these elevator doors shut, and we can't figure out how to close them.
We told them
Good
we're
luck.
meeting them upstairs. Let's just.
Thank you.
Just walks out.
Okay. Yeah.
Goodbye.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna hit the top button.
You know, it's not often I say this enough, but like, fuck them guys a little bit, right? Like,
the DM full on breaks the game to railroad you back to where you want to be, and you still make the. I love that choice. Both of you guys take a point of inspiration. You already have it. I don't care. That was such a great choice. I will also remind you that Ianthe and Deem also do not know how to use this elevator.
Iskar's with them. They'll be fine.
Iskar's not with them.
Oh well.
oh shit. Well, we'll have this meeting and tell them about it afterwards, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of the ones. I feel like it's one of those moments where I'm like, we should probably. And then, as the elevator door shut, and he hits the button, so it goes back down.
I mean, I'll come over the rock. Get down here. We need to talk to you.
Oh no, I've already pressed it. We'll be there give us 5 minutes.
Ianthe just hears a ding.
Okay, so just for
It's a muzak of
I really I want to be very clear here. I love this bit. Are you guys ending at the top floor or your floor?
We'll go down and get everyone. I guess
no, it's Tishine and Grian riding all the way to the top, closing the
All the way-
doors.
Okay,
Yeah.
So
a
there's
person or two and getting to the next floor.
there's
All the way
a
down to
good
ground
5
floor,
minutes
dropping people
after
off, coming
this
back up.
to get all the way to the top and then to go down. We'll say going down, Green, you have no problem. It's the going up to the right floor is the issue. That's incredible. So there's a good 5 minutes, Ianthe, that you say that. And does Ianthe hear anything back?
Yeah, no, I was like, give us 5 minutes. And that's just, I think she sees the elevator go all the way to the top and come back down and stop at a couple floors and go all the way back down to the bottom, let people off and come all the way back up to where she's at, and the elevator doors open.
Okay. Ianthe, during this time, you recognize that Adim may not have been privy to this conversation?
Oh, right. I'll go knock on his door because he's been sulking in a bedroom.
Mm-hmm. With Barb, by the way.
I'm standing. Adim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tishine and Grian are on the way here.
Oh.
Yep, Bob.
He hears me saying, your Tishine's coming back.
Oh.
Don't worry. Adim, I think we should tell them what we learned.
What did we learn?
About what might happen, what will probably happen if we
see this prophecy through.
Prophecies are bullshit anyway. Whatever. Sure, if that's what you think.
I think they should know before we go speak to the High Speaker and make promises that we're not prepared to keep.
Is this still
Have
through a
already
closed door?
Yes. Adim has not opened the door. So,
Could you please open the door so I can actually speak to you?
Do you ever see like Frozen?
open the door. They didn't lock them.
I was about to say it's full. Do you want to build a snowman? But like they're arguing.
And he just threw the keyhole. We should tell them.
I wouldn't know how to lock
build a
this.
snowman?
He freezes some water and throws it in the door. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you want to build a kelp man?
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't planning on making a promise to Nazir. But sure, yeah.
Right,
Let's
but-
tell them whatever you want to tell them.
I wasn't either, but Green and Titian should know so that they don't either.
I mean, like,
All right,
Titian.
I'm coming in. I'm tired of shouting
You mean-
through the door at you.
That's fine. I mean, it's not locked, but I mean, as you're walking, I'm like, oh, you mean Titian going off the rails and sending them all against his people, like that kind of thing?
Yeah, if we could avoid.
I look at Bob and said, "Yeah, I'm talking about your guy," and I go,
Barb also like fully like craned her head up really quick because Adim said Titian's coming back and the door opened.
Right.
Yeah, and then sees Anthony. And
"Yeah, sorry, I guess he's not here yet."
Anyway, I just thought. What happened to you after I left? You seem. I mean, I had no expectations for Ashar, and yet he still managed to disappoint me. So I understand if that's how you feel.
I unfortunately got exactly what I got from Ashar since realizing Ashar existed. Very little.
Yeah, exactly. Did you accomplish what you needed to after I left?
No. I have to go back. In fact, I was kind of hoping to go back before this, but I didn't want to break the rule of not going off alone, and Titian and Grian walked off without me, and Ada is now persona non grata, whatever that means. I think I heard you say that once. And you were in the room with Iskar. So here I am with Barb, making sure that she's not alone.
All right.
So no, I'm not done yet. So as soon as I can be released to go back to the Drowned Empire, I'll finish my business. It won't take long.
there's a knock at the door.
All right. I'm going to talk to you about this later.
Sure.
And I'll go answer the door.
As you come to the door, you see this strange sort of looking water elemental that kind of just like looks at you and just goes, does Ianthe speak primordial?
No.
I ask that every time. I know. I was pretty sure it was no.
No.
Just looks at you and just.
Do I hear the gloop 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 of the primordial? Is it close?
Yeah, we'll say yeah for the bit.
Can I help you?
Do you need a translator? Yell from the.
Do you need permission to come translate?
I stand up, walk to my room's door, and close it, and go back to Barb. And through the door. Good luck with that.
I love these choices. These are so good.
I'm sorry, my interpreter has left. Do you speak common, perchance? Elvish by any chance?
Hands you a soaking wet note.
Oh, great. Thank you.
You see a moment when the water inside the water element kind of like turns, instead of this like deep sort of like, it's like a deep like Jamaican beach blue, like that very perfect blue, and you see it turn into a green for a moment, and then just kind of gives like a I would say probably like gives like this gesture, like this, and that's all like that it can do at this moment.
I'm gonna reach and give them a silver coin as a tip.
You cannot add commerce into just Zajar, dude. Please, no.
So from one of the 6 hands a trophy. An exciting jewel of some sort, something of importance to them, obviously. And you see the water elemental kind of takes it and just.
Thank you.
And then goes to turn as the elevator comes down, and Grian and Titian come up from the elevator. Grian and Titian, you see the water elemental you came up with that just went the wrong way, as you come down. So it's now kind of facing away from you. Oh, what are you doing here?
Oh, we have to go pick up some friends. Thank you for your help, by the way. We just had to come back down. But I appreciate you showing us how to use the elevator.
Yeah, it's here.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. So sorry. Yeah, I guess I should have recognized that. I was giving a note specifically for the green one.
Oh, okay. I will. I mean, if he hasn't gotten it already, I'll make sure he gets it.
Fantastic. All right. Well, good day. Maybe we'll see each other again.
Yeah, maybe. Thank you.
It's good to see you again, sir. Like, it's just like just in the background.
Is he yelling at me?
Cats are very scared of water. Don't pay him any mind.
Cats?
Yeah, like he's a lion person. It's a big cat.
Okay, all right. Well, and it just kind of like moves. Titian moves through both of you because that's not rude to them. So there's just a moment where you just feel water being brushed across your face. And it's cool. It's like a perfect cool temperature. It's nice.
Gross. Okay. That's just that water's mixing in with the street dust and everything else. That's not good.
Gotta have some fun with the elementals.
It's okay. He seemed pretty nice. But he said that he was delivering a message for Adim, so we should just make sure it's nothing super important before we get upstairs.
Yeah, for sure.
No. You guys are on the same floor. Ianthe is 10 feet away from you.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling Titian like.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I just this moment as you guys are kind of like discussing this, Ianthe is 10 feet from with the open door, just staring at you guys.
Reading the note.
You're reading the note?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Is
Why
it
wouldn't
in
you?
Primordial?
It is in Primordial, yes.
The voiceover is just glub.
It's just a mini version of the same guy just going.
I think.
I do so hate this sound, by the way. What we've chosen for the primordial language,
Hey.
I sure do hate it.
Hey, your boy said moist at the beginning of this. I'm just.
moistly
just putting a pin on it.
teleported, and
I dislike that just as much.
I'm
Okay,
putting
great.
a pin on it.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna take the note as soon as I can't read it, and I'm just gonna go open a Deem's door and throw
You
it
do
at
know
him.
that Iskar could read it, just for the record, just in case,
So can I.
Nope, mad now.
Yep, I love it.
I think I'm going to turn to Titian because as Ianthe shuts the door in her face, and using the gem of translation, I'm going to say it in Leone and be like, think she could read that?
No.
Everyone's mean. Everyone is mean to me today.
I think she's just taken really aback by Grian speaking like Leonin, and he's just gonna be like, "That was really good." Nope, but no, Ianthe cannot read at all.
So since he threw it at me, can I make out what it says?
Sorry, I'm still reeling from Ianthe cannot read at all. That's amazing. Yeah. Deem, you read.
You don't have to be pretty. You don't have to read if you're pretty. Come on. I'm picking up.
Thank you.
Yeah. Meet me. So it says, meet me at the entrance when the fissure heart changes.
Okay, from where I am, can I see the fissure heart?
Yes.
No,
Okay, so
there's
I-
no windows.
Can I?
Sorry. Yes, there are no windows. Yeah. I just fully was just like I'm going to say yes to this no matter what. Sorry. Yes, there are no windows here.
I look at it, I fold the note and put it in my vest pocket, and I'll open the door and see everyone oh, okay, I need to get to somewhere where I can see outside.
Is there
Well,
a reason
we've
why?
We've been summoned to be upstairs, so...
Oh, and
Right.
there's a big
Oh.
window up there. Yeah, we could look.
Okay. Oh yeah, the map. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No,
Well-
the big window.
Where I drew the map.
Okay.
I open my book and show him the drawing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
Uh-huh.
window.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
No!
No.
I told you we need to get on the same page before we all go.
Which one would you like? I flipped through my book.
So, you all remember what we spoke to the High Speaker about?
I clap the book closed while she ignores that and put it back in my bag and lean up against the wall and cross my arms.
Jesus.
This is possible that they want us to bring the rods here, right? To release them. The thing is, Adim and I have learned additional information that could complicate that. No, definitely complicates that. If we do that, the ancient beings that live within these rods, once they are released, will destroy everything. They'll go to war to fight for their own corners of the world, and they don't care about us or anyone else who currently lives there.
And how do you know this?
As Ianthe says this, Grian, you think of what Cerilius said.
Mm-hmm.
Ashar told us when we went to see him.
All right.
And I know loath as I am to concede that he may be right, I've been feeling it from those that we've spoken with a bit. They just seem a bit too eager about these ancient ones being released. I wasn't sure it was the right thing, and now I'm really not sure it's the right thing to do. I'm not saying we need to decide on a course of action right now, but before we go speak to the High Speaker, I wanted you to know that there is another side to this. And I don't want to make any more promises that we may not be able to keep.
So we're just trusting your dad now? Is that what we're doing?
Trust is a strong word. Believing him, I believe him.
I mean, Cerilius has the same belief that releasing them isn't a good idea. I mean, they are called the Rods of Destruction for a reason. And Rods of Creation for a reason, too. There's also another side that we need to think about. It's theirs. We know we can speak to the primordials. It might be worth it to talk to them.
Potentially. I haven't tried to speak to the one.
And, I mean, maybe not Ignivirus. He seems kind of stuck up, but there's 3 other ones. And one of them is with that group, as far as we know, that other group. And so far, no real earth-shattering things have come from that we know of. There's another one, possibly in Maple Leafs. So
we, track them down and talk to them? And then go from there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a level of trust of, do you believe what they say if they say, I'm not going to destroy the world, which is exactly something who would destroy the world would say. But, I mean, that's worth it too. Is there reasoning that we can have with them? Like, do we have to release them here? Has time made them bitter, or has it made them... I don't know. I don't know what they're like outside of our fiery friend. So I think there's another opinion we can get before to add to our decision making. But I think your father and Cerilius have a point.
I'm just going to throw this out there. I mean, appreciate all this conversation. I think it's great to... So we're talking about 2 things. One from Cerilius, who is super cagey, and the other one from Anthony Deem's dad, who's deadbeat. What we do know is that there's an army here of Genasi. We don't know what exactly would happen if these rods were gone. And we're putting trust in these guys. But we do know that we have allies inbuilt here who have done nothing but treat us kindly and greet us with... Do y'all really expect us to turn down this chance to do some good in this world with a sure bet, or at least the surest bet we got because of the chance of something? We don't know what's going to happen.
If we release these rods and they end up destroying the world, what good is that?
We think they will. Again, you don't know for sure. We had 1 rod and Alyssa trapped in the little girl that we can still take from them and save her life. Talking about going around talking to the rods now? Like, come on, y'all. Like, this is...
I'll say this. To bring them to Zajar, we have to find them anyway. Might as well talk to them while we're looking for them.
I don't know. It just doesn't feel... This doesn't feel... I don't know. It's just...
I mean, they're still beings. Like, it's not like...
Well, yeah. And we don't... I know we've seen the damage they can do, but it's... There's so many people out there that can cause damage that don't, And those that do. But it's just... It doesn't seem like we should just... take everything being said to us on faith, right? I mean, we just don't know.
I mean,
No, I'm not saying we should take what one person says over another as absolute fact. But I think it's important that we consider that there are multiple sides and multiple possible outcomes. It's not as simple as find the rods and bring them back here. People could die.
and, we've got what the people here think is right. We've got what Cerilius think is right, and what Ashard think is right. We've got their versions of a tale. We've got a book that says this happened. I mean, I don't know if there's anybody alive that knows how exactly the world was before they were in prison, but they might know. They were there. For all we know, they could have been locked up because people wanted power. For all we know, they were locked up
might know
because
the
they were
Drowned
terrible
Empire.
rulers.
They might know the Drowned Empire. One of my sisters, sorry, one of our sisters is one of the Lord Keepers.
Do you think she might have information on?
I'm sure she does.
As long as the information's accurate. Why don't we... I mean, that's an option too. Like, why don't we go meet with Nazir, and then we can go to the Drowned Kingdom Empire? And
You're not going.
why wouldn't I be able to go?
I guess you can. You do have water breathing. I think you have that spell, but I'd rather you didn't.
There
It's
we
not
go.
that great. You're not missing much.
Just kick us out of the treehouse? Okay.
No, that's not what I did.
I mean, you're welcome to go and find out too. I just am saying, getting information if somebody was there is probably our better bet, and the only things that we know were there are the things that we're looking for. We also don't have to make a decision now. We don't have to say we're going to go and release the rods. We don't have to say we're not going to release the rods. There's more information out there that we can find that can help us.
The reason why I don't want you going to the Drowned Empire isn't because I'm kicking you out of the treehouse. The reason is because they think I'm even dumber than I actually am, and they've begun to talk to me. You asking questions is not going to help because you don't belong. Apparently, I do.
It's true. They have a lot of respect for him there. So,
Surprising as it might seem.
who's surprised?
Me!
Oh, all right. I wasn't.
Anyway, I'm not trying to get you out of anything. I'm not hiding too much from you currently. And yes, I am hiding something from you right now, and I'll tell you later. But as it stands right now, I think it's best if I talk to people there. Or maybe Anthony.
I mean, I'll also throw out the option is we can also try and find, and I'm going to just say this, a library in Anilduin that's got to be super old and it's got to have something.
Yeah. We can get there. That'd be good too.
I think that there's more things that we can find before we make a decision, and we can get everything that we can.
I don't really trust the idea of a prophecy.
No, nor do I.
Someone had to write it down, which means their opinions in it. If it's old enough, it was translated, which who knows what the original language was. They're bullshit.
And I think when Nadim says opinion, Green's brain goes back to what Cerilius said, where it's like my opinion is just like your fate. And being like, just because this one and I'll say it out loud, it's like just because this one person wrote down their opinion of what they think should happen.
Oh my God! Yes,
true.
Yes, like I don't know. I want to know what it says, but I don't think it. I'm not going to be beholden to whatever it is she shows me, if she ever does. I'm not sure if I have access to it. She'll talk to me a little bit, but she's like a nun or something. She's part of some religious order. I don't know. So
Okay, I just want a little bit of clarification.
okay,
Titian,
Yeah,
what is the problem with not like?
I'll tell you what the problem is, Grian.
Yes,
and
please.
this is something. Here's the thing: y'all are talking about the possibility of people dying, and I appreciate that. Y'all have fucking forgotten about Mir, though. People are already dying, and you're wanting to do research when we have the chance to build an allied army here and go fix it. And we're just taking it on like faith and opinion now that things might happen when the reality's out there facing people down every single day. I don't know much. I'm not as smart as Ianthe. I'm not as charismatic as Grian, and I'm not as brooding as a dean. But what I do know is that people are dying, and I remember those bodies strung up on the capital of Mir.
Okay, so then what are the lengths of these terms? What are the terms and conditions of this deal?
I don't know.
Do we
I
really?
don't know.
Do you release the primordial ahead of time? Do you do it right afterwards? Do you do it in hope that the world doesn't burn, that Mir doesn't burn to the ground, that Hasamal doesn't burn to the ground? Beforehand or after?
Hasamal's already going to be. This battle's already coming for Hasamal, because that's where the rats are. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where the bad guys are right now.
I get that, but we don't know the terms of what you're asking them for help for.
But y'all don't sound like you're even interested in entertaining that. And we don't know what the terms are no more than y'all know what will happen if they do get a hold of the rods.
Titian, I'm not. Of course, we want to help Mia and Hasamal. Is this the way to do it? To potentially condemn the rest of the world? And that doesn't necessarily exclude Mir and Hasamal.
All I know is every 2 steps we take, it feels like we're condemning this world or condemning that world or dealing with something. But we're spinning our wheels, and we gotta do something soon. Eventually, we gotta wake up and realize that we need to be done dancing and like performing on this stage and get down there in the muck with the rest of the people that are actually living and dying in this situation.
So what do you suggest? We track down the rods and we release them? That's what you would
know.
like to do.
The Genasi do seem like they know a lot about them. Why don't we trust them? Give me a good reason why we don't trust them.
It's not that I don't trust them. We've trusted people before that we shouldn't have.
Right. So are you saying that you don't trust them because you're scared of trusting? Or is it something else? Because again, I'm seeing people that are mobilized. I'm seeing people stand guard and protect what's theirs and protect their community, who welcomed us in and built us a space to be in here. Oh, I'm sorry. I like to try to stay cool about this, but y'all gotta see some of this, right?
I'm seeing a whole lot of nothing. We don't have a shit ton of information. So doing any one of these is going on faith. And if that's the problem, then we need way more than just believing in whatever's going to happen. You're right, we don't know these people. Just like we didn't know Ada. Apparently we didn't know Kavish. or the family who gave us a nice place to stay. The only people we can trust are mostly in this room. So, why don't we just go get a little bit more informed and we can make our decision. I know people are dying. I've been there. But we can't go into this half-heartedly if the world's going to be torn apart.
All right, let's
We have to know
go. I'm good to go with them.
Wait, just. I'm sorry, Adim, but I think this is for the best for all of us. And I'm going to cast Rary's Telepathic Bond.
Okay.
So we now have a telepathic group chat going. For the
Okay.
next hour.
Thanks for asking permission on that one. I'll keep that in mind in the future and when I need to do something.
I'd say before we leave.
And I think that really loud. I did not say it.
And I'll say before we leave, find out the terms and conditions of that deal.
I think Tishian's like done with it. I think Tishian is like hearing that. He looks at Grian and then he just like gives a little nod and then like we're walking out. But like I think he's done talking. I think it's time to go up to the top floor.
Yeah, I also feel like we've pushed this time limit of him waiting for us. So I'll agree with that.
I think like keeping into the tension of this moment. All four of you walk into this elevator. Happens to be empty. It was mentioned in this conversation the only people we know we can trust are the people in this room.
Mostly in this room.
Mostly. As the elevator doors close, there's a realization, I think, Tishian, that you have specifically, but all of you may. It felt awfully crowded in here when there were 7 of you. And now it feels empty. Everyone lost in thought. The elevator goes up to the top floor. That moment of recognizing that each 10 floors or so is the camera focused on a face lost in thought, and the idea of what lies ahead and what that means for the group. And to be honest with you, I think a subtle sort of thing of that may be a piece of what even are we? The doors open. We see you all step through somewhat robotically, responsively. We see the sand primordial move and quickly raise a hand for the doors to open, for you guys to walk through. We see from the back of these 4 figures, as you walk in, we see Eye speaker, vizier. With 10 shadowy figures
Oh no.
around it. And with that, we're going to end tonight's session. We'll see you all next week.